Hi guys, it's Miss Holly. So I have tried to film this video 2 times already and a bunch of stuff has just happened. I am down in my basement right now because we have a tornado warning, so that's fun. And then my cat ran across my keyboard, and so it's been a day. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you're staying safe and washing your hands. I hope you guys are able to get outside a little bit. I've been trying to get outside and garden, roller skate, do all kinds of stuff outside. It's great for fresh air and it's good for your mental health. So I hope you guys are getting outside a little bit and doing the things you like to do. So today I decided to do another art lesson video. Okay, art lesson video, and for this we are going to be using photography. So all you will need is your phone, or you can use a computer or a camera, just any way you can upload a photo to your teacher, so me and Mr. Spencer. This lesson in particular, for my examples, I just used my cell phone, and then I used a photo editing software that I'm going to be introducing later in this lesson. So for this lesson in particular, I want you guys to use your photography for storytelling, meaning that you guys are going to be telling stories with your pictures. So for this particular project, I want you guys to do 3 different pictures, okay? And for each picture, we're doing a different emotion, okay? So we're going to be doing happy, sad, and angry, okay? So 1 different photo for each emotion. Okay, or you can do more if you want. It's totally up to you, but that's the base 3 that I want you guys to do. But there's a catch, okay? So when you do these pictures, I want you to do it where you aren't showing any facial expressions, okay? Obviously, that's a dead giveaway for emotions. So I want you guys to try and find a creative way to show emotions through your pictures. No facial expressions whatsoever, okay? So I'm going to actually be showing you guys some examples that I unfortunately tried to edit in the last video, and it just didn't work, so I'm actually going to be like, this is really professional of me, but I just have to pull it up on my phone and show it to you from there, okay? Unfortunately, I had my edited versions on my computer, and iMovie is just not having it today, so I'm just going to have to show you the raw, unedited pictures. But luckily, I do have a video clip of me editing a picture that I am able to upload and import, I guess. So just hold tight. It's a learning curve. I'm sorry. I wish I could be here in person to actually show you guys how to do this, but unfortunately, with the current circumstances, we have to do it via screen. So, okay, the first one that I did was the angry one, okay? So let me see if I can actually get this to focus. Yeah, that works okay. Alright, so I've got some broken glass, a hammer, and some big bad combat boots, and I also really liked the crack in my wall because I think it just kind of added to it a little bit. So that was my angry one. Now, I would not suggest breaking glass and handling it, okay? I'm an adult, so, and I still got glass on my fingers, okay? So just don't do that. It wasn't very smart, but it was a cool picture, okay? I want you guys to be safe about this. But while I'm making these pictures, I think about the tone of the overall picture, okay? So the tone, I looked the definition up on Google just so I could give you a professional definition. It is the general character or attitude of a place or situation. So in other terms, it's the vibe or the mood of your picture, okay? So always keep that in mind when you're shooting, when you are posing, think of your composition, everything like that, okay? Think about the vibes that you want to give off, okay? That also goes for editing your pictures, but I will get into that later. Another definition for tone in the art world is actually the light and darkness of colors and the quality of colors. That is known as tone, but we're not dealing with that. I mean, we'll technically be dealing with it, but it's not the one I want you to focus on today, okay? So storytelling and tone are your 2 vocabulary words for today, all right? So for the second one, I decided to do sad. So, and you guys don't have to do these emotions. If you do decide to do other emotions, just please verify that, clarify it with me and Mr. Spencer when you go to submit them, okay? So I did sad, and I'm really sad, I'm also really sad, like, in real life, because I edited this to look really good, but I'm not able to show you guys, so here's the, just the raw, unedited picture. So I tried to get as much white in there as possible, and I wanted to also make all the colors a little bit darker and blue when I edited it. So that also goes into editing the tone and everything. So as a normal picture, it just kind of looks like, oh, it's a girl looking out a window, no biggie. But as you edit it, it looks darker, it's more blue, and typically blue is associated with sad, right? So think about that while you're editing your pictures as well. It's more of a sad feeling, okay? And then for happiness, this was a really simple picture, but I actually really like it. This was actually taken just a couple hours ago before our tornado warning. So it is this. Good Lord. Okay, let's make it focus. Okay, so it is just my front yard. It's a bunch of flowers and the sun is shining. It is one of my favorite places to be, and the overall vibe of it is very happy, right? So unfortunately, I'm so upset that I'm not able to get the edited pictures in here. I'm just not tech savvy. I have tried to do it, and I spent like an hour, and I just couldn't do it. So I do apologize for that. But I'm going to edit in a little bit of a clip. No. I'm going to edit in a little bit of a clip of where I'm actually screen recording and showing you guys how I can edit a picture, okay? So the program that I used is Pixlr, Pixlr.com. It is totally free. It's kind of like Photoshop, but a little bit simpler. So you guys should be able to use that no problem. You just upload your picture and you are able to edit it from there. Or if you don't want to use Pixlr, that's totally fine. You don't have to. You can just get on your phone, download a photo editing app, and go from there, okay? You can be as creative as you want with this, guys. I want you guys to, like, go crazy with it, okay? I'm really excited to see what you guys make, and here is my little video clip of how to edit a video, or a picture. Okay, it's been a long day. Hold tight. Okay guys, so I'm just at my Google browser and I'm typing in pixlr.com, Pixlr.com, and once you get there it'll look like this. Make sure that you go down to the Playful Pixlr X or else it'll be a little bit more difficult. Alright, so you can see that I've been playing around with it. I would recommend playing around with it first. Go ahead and upload your picture. This isn't going to be a picture that I showed you guys earlier. It's just a fun little picture of a bee that I decided to try and do. So that little tiny bee is in the very center, so there are all these different tools that you can use. It's really cool, but I would recommend playing around with it first to get a good feel of it. So all of your tools are down in the left side. And I'm going to crop this picture so that we can see the bee a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Pretty much the same as editing a picture on your phone, it's just a little bit more detailed. Make sure you guys always click apply or else it will not save the changes, okay? So you can see the bee, and now I'm just scrolling through to see what all I can do with it. So I'm going to change the colors a little bit. I want this to be sort of a happy picture that really focuses on the bee, so I'm turning up my vibrance and my saturation. I turn my temperature down just to make those colors pop, okay? So play around with all these little toggles, see what they do, and try to find the best way to show your emotion through these colors, okay? So I'm just pretty much playing around with all of this. This is sort of a junk picture that I just solely used to show you guys how to use this program. So I'm playing around with filters right now. I found a flowers one that I wanted to try out, but I didn't like it, so I just go over and click undo. So if you don't want to do something, just click undo and don't press apply, okay? So the retouch button is really cool. It's got all these different options. So you've got all these blur, sharpen, retouch, and so I'm going to blur everything around the bee, okay? So you can actually change the size of your brush too, so that's really useful. You can do small details or big details, and I'm just going around and blurring everything around this bee to sort of emphasize it, to make your eyes drawn to that bee, okay? And the more you use this brush, the more blurred it gets, so you can kind of see me scribbling around in the perimeter of the picture, and it just gets blurrier and blurrier, okay? So it's actually one of my favorite brushes, honestly. It's really cool. So I'm just going in and blurring everything out, trying to kind of make it as like even of a transition as I can. It's a little bit difficult. I wish I would have played around with it a little bit more, but hey, we're learning, okay? So you can also do the softness, everything like that. Dodge and burn, this is really interesting. So to lighten things, that is called dodge, and to darken things is called burn. It's a photography term, okay? So I'm changing the size of my brush, and I am darkening the edges of my picture. So sort of like the vignette option on Instagram, it's one of the very last options when you're editing a picture. It darkens all of the outside edges. So that's kind of helping me darken my shadows, darken the perimeter to help that bee stand out even more. Okay, so you can do the exact opposite too if you want to lighten something. So now I'm going in with my sharpen tool, it's the exact opposite of blur, and I'm just sharpening up this bee a little bit. And I noticed that I sharpened it a little bit too much, but that's okay. So I'm zooming in to show you guys a little bit better. Since this is a junk photo, I just could not figure out how to make it look good. So to be honest with you, I would have spent a little bit more time, but just so I don't bore you guys to death, I'm trying to make it a little bit interesting. So you can also add some text in there if you want to. So I'm so graciously labeling this bee so that you know what it is. So you can change the size of it and everything. You can change the colors, the boldness, all kinds of stuff. So you have all these different options that you can do with every single tool. So I would really recommend you play around with it, guys. You can make some really, really cool pictures with this. So there's the little bee. And then I'm pretty much just playing around at this point just to see what everything does. So the letter spacing obviously spaces out the letters more. Just all kinds, it's almost like word art. Do you remember when you would just go into Microsoft Word and play with the word art? This is kind of what I'm doing here, just seeing what happens. So I would recommend doing this as well, because it's honestly pretty fun just to see what everything does, and you feel like a professional after you get a good picture done. So that is my bee picture. Okay, so I know that can be a little bit confusing at first, but that's why I am encouraging you guys to actually go into your software, play around with it, get to know it a little bit, and you'll be able to make awesome pictures in no time. It's really user-friendly. It's super fun. Like, super fun. It looks really intimidating at first, but once you actually get in there and start playing with everything, it's really cool. Same with other photo editing softwares, like anything you can get on your phone, I would still recommend going around and playing with it if you're not already familiar with it. Okay, so I would really highly recommend that you edit your pictures unless you just get this awesome picture on your first shot, okay? So try to deal with the colors, mess with the colors, think about your composition of your photos. How is it going to portray that emotion, okay? So what color would angry be? It would be more of a warm, right? Because your face gets red, it's like a hot emotion, if that makes sense. So I would make my picture warmer. Or same with the sad picture, I edited it to be more blue, a little bit darker, so on and so forth. Okay, so think about the tone of everything and make sure you are kind of telling a story through it. Okay, so like what happened to make this picture so sad? Okay, so try and think about that when you're composing your picture as well. Alright, so I'm going to leave you to it. I hope this video makes sense. It's such a learning curve trying to teach you guys through technology, so I hope you're being patient. I really appreciate you guys so much. I hope you're staying safe. Make sure you wash your hands, okay? Social distance, keep everybody healthy, go outside a little bit, get a breath of fresh air. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.